Hey guys, Cam for 15 back at it with another video for you guys, and I'm back with another Tomo-Chan is a girl. I know this review got up a whole week later, but as I said last week, if you checked out any of my videos last week, and plus if you saw my community post, look, the reason is work has gotten in the way. Luckily enough, Monday and Tuesday, I somewhat kind of, I guess you can say, I had the day off. Monday I had the day off for my main job and then my internship, and then today, even though I'm off today for my main job, I do have to go in for my internship and things like that. But regardless, I can actually get up this morning, not only sleeping in a bit, but get up this morning, you know, and talk some anime that I missed over this past week. And Tomo-Chan is a girl was absolutely funny this past week, man. This was a really great episode. Honestly, I enjoyed this episode. It might be my favorite episode right now, and we kind of get the develations, or we get the flashbacks to how Tomo and June first met, and that was all funny within how, you know, these two first met. Like, she just comes over to his house by climbing over a freaking gate, or a gate, a fence, and she ends up taking June's freaking Nintendo DS. I'm guessing it's Nintendo DS or his 3DS or something similar to that effect, and literally freaking is playing so hard that June's like, "Hey, you're gonna snap it. Don't do it. You might want to, you know, ease up on how hard you're playing the game." But then she, oh my god, man, she breaks it in half, bro. Like, I'm telling you, man, if that was me, oh, somebody's getting beat the hell up, bro. If somebody breaks my 3DS and snaps it in half, bro, you lose everything. Well, the only difference is with Nintendo 3, with DS games, all your save data is on that said cartridge. It's not on that save device. So, I'm guessing in their game, in their world, a cartridge would, that entire save data is gone. But if somebody broke my Nintendo 3DS, I'd be hella pissed. Because I'd just be like, "Oh, come on. I told you not to play it." But you see, because of this, you know, I do like the fact that Tomo's dad actually took her over to apologize for that, which is funny because when June ended up meeting Tomo's mom, oh my goodness. He just couldn't, he just looked at the Tomo's mom's chest, and my man was like, oh crap, which I'll talk about in a quick second, in regards to the present time, at the beach episode and things like that. But just seeing how the friendship and the bond that Tomo and June made over this course of time when they were kids, when he first moved over there, you can see why, in a way, he ended up having feelings for her. At the same time, you can also see why Tomo, you know, eventually she started to grow to like June, and things like that. Like, look, it was absolutely funny when we see young Gundo get involved in this whole mess, and Gundo is pretty much fighting for Tomo's, like, I guess, buoyancy, which I think is another thing with Gundo's character, is the fact that maybe she's like afraid that if, you know, Tomo ends up dating June, well, then Tomo will only focus on June a lot and might leave her in the dust. So she could have that insecurity of Tomo potentially leaving her. I mean, there's always like kind of that fear amongst friends, like, oh, if your best friend is seeing somebody and they're close to going out and things like that, and they start dating, you always have to question yourself as a friend. Well, it's like, well, will we spend as much time as we used to? You know, because now you're dating somebody and you obviously have to give them some attention, and things like that. So just to see the back and forth, it seems like, you know, that Gundo and June, they never saw eye to eye from the moment they first met. Like, young Gundo was giving frickin' June some looks of like, just like, oh, I don't give a crap. I'm taking Tomo. Tomo's mine. So yeah, but you get that moment to where in the flashback, June ends up getting beat up by these bullies, but then um, and they take his DS, but then Tomo goes and fights, and even though June was like, what do? You know, are you crazy? I didn't need your help to do that, and things like that. But she ends up taking him down, and practically, you know, that's when he comes up with his whole goal in mind, June, to want to get stronger. He, as a way, he gives her Tomo the DS by saying like, hey, listen, when I get stronger, that's when I want you to give back the DS, which we then cut to the present time, which is the reason why he ended up training with Tomo's dad and everything. But we come back to the present time, we see Tomo's like, she's like, well, you know, he's way stronger than me. You know, why doesn't he just come back and get it? Now the reason is because obviously, dude has insecurities. He doesn't see himself as being stronger than Tomo. He still has this insecurity, like, oh, no, I'm deep down, I'm weak. Tomo's a lot stronger than me. And I think it just has to realize, like, dude, I think it has to come to this point with June. He doesn't have to put this whole Tomo thing on a pedestal no more. I think he has to realize he should not put her on a pedestal. He should not view her like as that. He should just view her as a good person that he has always been friends with, and he shouldn't care how strong she is. And obviously the good thing is you would want a man to always protect, you know, the girl, which I think there's going to be a part maybe in this season where he does protect her in a way where she just can't do it herself. And I think we're going to get that point when he's going to protect her. He's going to do something for her to the point she can't do it, and June's going to come in and he's going to do it. And then obviously, you know, that's kind of the thing there. And maybe he feels a different way about that, but who knows? But you get the beach episode, man, this week, because, you know, you have these romance animes. You always have to have a beach episode, and this beach episode was absolutely funny just from the fact that June, I mean, absolutely just straight out freaking just lost it this episode. This man couldn't stay composed. This man could not stay composed. You know, that first initial reaction when he's waiting for Tomo and he's like, where's Tomo? And Gundo's like, oh, she's in there. For some reason she doesn't want to come out. He goes in there and he's like, oh, come on, Tomo. You just gotta come out and play and everything. He's like, man, take off that jacket. And he zips down the jacket. Oh my god. He zips down the jacket. All he sees is Booba from Tomo, bro. And she, look, you know, after this episode, I ain't gonna lie. I'm starting to simp for Tomo, man. Okay. But he unzips her jacket. He gets a good look at her chest, bro. And this man is like, he zips that thing back up to the point he's literally almost choking her. And I'm just like, I started dying of laughter when I saw that scene. When I saw that scene where his reaction to Tomo's chest, and how big it was, absolutely hilarious, because we know this man is fighting internally. You can clearly tell this guy has some, he has some feelings for Tomo, and we can obviously see that he's struggling to acknowledge that he likes Tomo more than just a friend. But obviously the manly desires can't hide that. So when he sees big boobs, well, he's gonna like that, and he's gonna be like, I wouldn't say turned on, but he's gonna be like, oh, my childhood friend who's a girl, wow, she's got a good looking body, you know. But this man absolutely lost it. He couldn't contain himself because he's fighting the urges of, okay, you know, of him liking Tomo and him wanting to stay friends with Tomo, which is another aspect too, is like, it's this whole will they won't they type of thing where he's obviously her best friend, but you know, it's hard for him to adjust from seeing her as like a friend to more than just a friend, to being, you know, a legit item. But I absolutely was funny. He even had some struggles looking at Carol too, because she had boobs. But you know, you get this part in the episode where, you know, you have this guy hitting on Tomo. Yes, June comes and you know, saves Tomo from that guy because she started to feel a little bit uncomfortable around this dude. But he doesn't see her as like girlfriend material. But in the other hand, Carol ends up getting, you know, literally freaking, I wouldn't say mugged, but she gets surrounded by guys looking at her, and June comes and saves her, and he's willing to call her like, oh, I'm like her boyfriend. If they view me as her boyfriend, then that's fine. But it's funny because it's like, okay, but if somebody views you and Tomo as boyfriend, girlfriend, you're not cool with that. Which again goes to the insecurities. You know, that's kind of the thing there. But look, at the end of the day, it was a solid episode of Tomo-Chan is a girl. This is obviously by far, I suppose the beach portion was my favorite episode. I'm just waiting for June to have that moment to realize, like, he doesn't need to worry about if he needs to be stronger for Tomo's sake or anything. I think that's what we're building up to, him just eventually not saying, like, screw the fact, I don't need to be stronger than Tomo. I need to like Tomo for who she is, and I need to have more confidence in myself. And I think that's the thing, you know, he doesn't have enough confidence in himself. He's kind of self-insecure that, you know, he thinks that he's weaker than Tomo, but we've already seen a few times in this series so far that Tomo has already admitted the fact that she thinks June is stronger than her. And she's even said that to his face, too. I think she said that, like, last week to him. That's kind of the thing there. But another solid episode of Tomo-Chan is a girl. I'm definitely looking forward to what tomorrow has to offer for that episode. But that's it. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. If you guys like the video, leave a like, put in the comment section your thoughts on last week's episode 7 of Tomo-Chan is a girl. Hit the subscribe button if you want to get more Tomo-Chan content, or any other anime content I upload to the channel, or any other things like that. Hit that subscribe button, yada yada yada. Till then, guys, stay safe out there and have a great rest of your day or night in this video. Peace.